How are you, brother?
Yeah, not too bad. I just got back from Ghana yesterday, so I'm still acclimatizing.
Yeah, the jet lag is still there. Let's just check the sounds.
There's no jet lag. We're at the same time.
Oh, okay.
It was the travel and all that, just like the amount of time it took to get there.
I'm not a fan of traveling too much. I'm going to be honest. Like,
no?
Especially now, it's like I like it when it's a quick journey. When it's a long one,
I treat it like a little holiday when you got your own TV, the food they serve you, the drinks, and all that. So not too bad.
First and foremost, let's welcome the absolute legend to the Sirius and Radical Communication podcast, Omar. How are you doing, brother?
I'm okay, thank you.
Lovely. Thank you for coming on. It's an absolute pleasure. I have grown up to you, brother, literally as a child.
Okay.
You know the 1, 2, shady boy. What? Stop it. Are you mad?
Every time you sing that, it's £10 you owe me. So.
Yeah, it's true. For real. Performance rights, you know, like that.
Exactly.
Nice one, brother. Before we get started, how have you been? What have you been up to? I know you've been a busy bod. It's been really hard to get a hold of you guys. Guys, super busy guy, I must say.
Sure. I mean, I'm trying my best to, earn the dollars and that. But I've just finished the 9th album.
Right.
It's called Brighter the Days.
Yes.
Featuring Paul Weller, Ledisi, India Ari, Giggs.
Yeah.
Eric Robertson, Raheem DeVaughn.
Okay, you got 1, 2 gigs on there, yeah?
Yeah, Jay with the Damager as well.
Okay.
So that'll be out hopefully May next year.
Right, and this is your 9th album,
the
am I
9th
correct?
studio album, yeah.
9 whole albums. You have been soldiering through, brother. I'm just excited. I'm a bit starstruck. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like, because basically, in my household, my dad used to rock your tunes. Even now, if my dad would see you, he would love it, I swear. He used to bang your tunes every now and again. So we would listen to the tunes and just vibes to it. So, like I said, it's nice to have you here, man. I do sing your tunes every now and again, I'm not going to lie. Not in the shower, though. No diddy ting.
No diddy ting. That's a whole other podcast.
You know, trust me.
Right.
Trust me. That was actually kind of one of the things I was going to talk to you about. Not too much into that area. But about the music industry, but I think we'll leave that for a half section.
Okay.
But before we go into any of that, like I said, what have you been up to? Is there anything you want to mention? And how have you been in general?
The album itself, I've also been working on a TV drama, also a theatre piece as well. We don't want to go into that until we get those things confirmed. But on top of that, production, features, and shows. I've got a show at the Boys Dale tonight, around the corner. So that was just straight off the bat of coming back from Ghana.
How was Ghana, if you don't mind me interrupting?
It was wicked. My parents lived there. They've lived there for about 25 years now. So
are you Ghanaian?
No, they're Jamaican.
But
they're Rasta. So
yeah. Come on,
Mother Africa, and you know what I mean. So,
the motherland.
Nice to go and see them. Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. And where in Jamaica you're from?
We're Manchester and Linstead.
Linstead.
Yeah.
Nice. Favorite cuisine? Come on now.
Favorite cuisine?
Caribbean cuisine.
Food, man. I'm not that fuzzy. Obviously Caribbean stew, chicken, rice and peas.
Oxtail rice and peas. That's my favorite. I'm not gonna lie.
Saltfish, white rice.
1, 2 snapper. Jesus.
Yeah. But I love my Italian as well.
Yeah.
Pasta,
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
Can't go with any of that.
Of course.
But beautiful. So I've been also involved in the music industry as well. Not as mainstream as yourself, of course. You've been out there literally. To be honest with you, you deserve more flowers than you've been given. Do you know what I mean? Because I also feel they don't really push the greats in the UK. You're definitely one of them, and I just don't feel like that's being done at the moment. So where I've been in the music industry for so long, I did want to touch upon the music industry a little bit. In the sense of how's your journey been in the music industry? My journey has been great, but I've noticed a 1-2 thing in the industry that I wouldn't say I'm a fan of.
Okay.
In terms of light and dark, energies, egos, and the rest of it. I think you've most probably come across that. I'm sure you have.
Sure.
How's it been, brother?
I've been blessed. From the time I started, it was before the internet and stuff, so I had to make my bones traveling around the country, doing PAs for people. You'd be singing in places where they're not listening to music. But that's, I think, is part of the journey. That you get your experience from that, you know what I mean? And I've been blessed enough, like you saw when we walked in through the door, the guy knew my music already.
Exactly.
saying it was the 90s. Jeez, that's old.
Legend, bro. You're a living
I
legend.
know.
Embrace that.
But you know, I've been blessed enough to be able to, you know, music is an art form. It's about its expression, and I've been able to do that without having to worry about, you know, what chart position I'm getting into, or you know,
I don't think it matters though, bro.
I wouldn't say I'm mainstream because I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's not about that. It's just about making the music that I think.
100%.
And I think I've built a nice, steady fan base. Based on that style of music.
I would say you have. Man just rocked in with the 1-2 Shadu Bowie.
Another tenner. What's he doing? Are you keeping that? You keeping score? It's £20 already.
True.
Free because you did one outside too as well. So £30. Yeah,
it's coming. You travel the
VAT
distance.
on top of that.
I'll look after you. Don't worry. I got you. I got some PG tips. Everything there. So.
Cool.
But yeah, okay, that's great. If we touch on the industry just a bit, actually, only because I feel at the moment, I'm just going to say it, the music industry feels to me unregulated.
In what way?
What happens behind the scenes, and also in terms of, I feel like there's certain talent out there that doesn't get pushed. I feel like there's certain gatekeepers that definitely put out a certain type of music, especially when it comes to soulful music such as yourself that actually has meaning and essence. What's your take and verdict?
I would say that like you're correct in that sense. I see the way they push the bad boys. They push that, you know, with the grime and the rap and stuff like that. Yeah. If you would notice what happens with the Mobos, we had issues with them before because they actually.
I ain't got no. Sorry, let me finish.
They tried to get rid of the soul category within the Mobo Awards.
Yeah,
and then we had to go on. I think it's me. Sean Patz and Bluey from Incognito all went up on the red carpet saying, Mobo, where's your soul? Because they were trying to get rid of the awards. They didn't get rid of the awards, but what they did do is I don't know if you notice on the TV, all the stuff that's got the big bling and everything like that with the red carpet. That is just for the grime acts. That's just for the rap acts. It's not for the soul acts. And if it's soul acts, then they're talking about Sam Smith. I was in a category with Adele one year. I was thinking, why is she in that category? Because I thought she was a pop artist, not a Mobo award artist. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that need to be sorted out. I know Kanye. I know Kanye King who runs the whole thing. Got enough respect for her because she's achieved a lot within that. But I mean, that's just a sort of a thing which I notice that they're showing off the bad boys. They're showing off the ones with the balaclavas on. They're talking about murking man or doing all that. And that's not what I did. That's not where I came from.
100%. I think it's orchestrated, and I'm just going to say it as it is. I think it's orchestrated. I think just like you can see the industry in America, there's also an industry here.
Don't even get me started on America as well.
America's a whole different ballgame.
You would think that as a black artist in America, you would get the same kind of love. There's gatekeepers out there as well.
I know.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say. The music industry needs regulation. I feel like there's way too much wild west over there in the industry.
Life is too short. You understand? I've seen every one of these crusaders is going to be going there and trying to battle with these people. That's why I'm never bothered with that, because I've been lucky enough that I can earn a living, I can feed my kids, put clothes on their belly, put a roof over their head with the work that I do. You know what I mean? It's not about making the bling and
the shallow
this type of money. You know what I mean? Just enough to be able to feed everybody, and everybody
100%.
takes care of that. And that's all I really care about.
That's beautiful, brother. Blessings to you for that, and more to come as well.
Well, this is it. Next year will be 40 years since my first.
40 years. You see what I'm saying? Release. Veteran in the building.
Old man in the building.
Not even old man. You're looking good for your. I don't want to reveal the age, but you look good. No Diddy stuff. I
was 56 last week. The 14th.
56.
Not last week, the week before. 14th.
Yeah, you look good, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm just trying to think black don't crack.
What's the secret? Sunlight?
I don't know, man. I try to, just stay on top of things. I train. I do Thai boxing.
Okay,
as well.
The Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Lovely. I just come back from Thailand myself. I was doing.
Really? You're doing the same thing?
I do Muay Thai. Yeah, man.
That's the fitness. That's why you look so trim.
Thank you, sir. Exactly. Look yourself as well.
You know what I mean? I find it's good for the mental thing as well as the physical. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
Yeah, just keep on top of that, and everything else will follow.
Nice one, bro. In terms of your actual projects as well, because I just want to come back onto yourself a bit more, less about the industry. We'll come back to them in a second. In terms of your projects as well, is there any other countries that are showing you certain love more than, you know, the home birth of where you come from?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, like I said, the States is a big market for me, because even though I'm not mainstream, underground, I get all the love in the world. I just did my first live concert in New York for the first time in 15 years. In past July, and it was
Congratulations.
packed. It was packed. Everybody was there, and then they was asking, you know, DC, Chicago, Detroit, wherever we're going. When you come in to see us, you know what I mean? Because it's been a long time, since I've been there. So the love is strong there. Japan, France, Germany, all these
Japan
places.
must be lovely. I haven't been there yet. I do want to go.
It's different. It's not as different as it used to be, because we all kind of have the same technology. I remember when we first used to go there. They used to have all kind of digital technologies that we don't have here now. Whereas it's kind of like we've caught up. We've caught up to them now. So, yeah, I look forward to going back there.
Talking about technology, since you mentioned it, anything interesting in that department? I do feel like there's a new little birth that's happened with this technology.
What do you mean?
The whole AI ching chong.
I find it very dangerous. I find it very dangerous because how it looks now. I mean, they got some kinks to work out. It's a bit like the CGI. CGI was terrible back in the day, but now it's got, the quality is amazing.
It's real good.
I know with AI taking over, I'm seeing them using it to recreate songs, giving deals to fake
art, AI artists.
AI artists. Wasn't there one guy that just got done for putting like 100 artists on Spotify?
Yeah.
And he made up all the songs. And that's just dangerous, man.
That's
it's
crazy.
Taking over, especially with Spotify or yumming out the money that's supposed to be.
It's funny that you mentioned Spotify. I call them Spotify. I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway because it is a radical podcast, right? But yeah, I Spotify.
Right, you do.
I don't really. Yeah, if I have to say this, man. I have to, innit? Spotify, I'm not really feeling. So I was living in Sweden. I was living in Sweden, in Stockholm specifically for a year and a half. Jag pratar lite svenska, but I do try.
all right, cool.
And I was living there for a year and a half. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Like where we're born here, we've got a feel of the people, right? So you kind of know what comes with the essence of a business is set up from the nation, yeah? Same way with Sweden, where I've been there, I've seen what the people are saying. Lovely place, I'm not going to knock it. Would I trust them, though, as having a monopoly over God's gift? No. Because, like you mentioned something earlier, you got to have soul, man. And if you're coming from a place like, the country's okay, I'm not going to knock it, but things can easily succumb to greed and all the other type of emotions that we know. Yeah,
right.
Especially when people have no understanding of music. I don't really feel Sweden has the understanding. I'm just going to say it because they don't. I worked with a few labels out there and they're absolute numpties. They didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, it's just the truth.
Okay, yeah.
They had an artist that didn't know how to write or sing, and when they were looking at what to do with these artists, they were looking at TikTok. So
it's like major record labels.
These are major record labels. Right. I'm not even going to mention the names because they're absolute dog crap. And if anyone wants to go to do music in Sweden, I wouldn't suggest it. You'd be wasting your time.
On the back of that, I would say that I've got friends that I've written that are from Sweden, but they're underground.
That's what it is. It's underground. I'm talking about the mainstream because when I've looked at, I'm not even going to say none of the mainstream.
Sorry, excuse my French. No, facts, because that would have been, it would have been a mental challenge to put up with all the nonsense that you have to deal with in the mainstream. You know what I mean? The stuff that they get you to do, and I mean, I knew an artist whose name I won't mention, but she was doing amazingly well in terms of promotion on TV, radio, newspapers, magazines. Album went to number 14, got dropped. I was like, what the I mean, that would have done me sweet.
Yeah.
You understand? But because of the pressures that they put this person under, it was just insane. So I'm just glad I'm out of that race.
Do you know what I mean? And I saw the race for what it was, and I'm going to be honest, most of the people don't know what they're doing. And this is where I kind of came on to the subject of regulation. Because you've got genuine A&Rs, gatekeepers, as we like to call it, who sit on their asses doing fuck all. I personally know one or two. I'm not going to say their names because they're absolutely useless, and I don't like the fact that what you mentioned, where there's people out there working hard to feed their families, and you got idiot them people there sitting doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little rant there. I had to
I'm
go
about to
on
say,
one.
finish the
But
thought.
yeah. But when it comes to basically the music industry, it needs to be regulated in that department. Sweden is not the place I would suggest. However, is there any other place you would recommend for musical
No, listen,
growth?
the struggle is real, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't, that's what I'm saying. If you're focusing on one certain thing, like trying to make it mainstream wise, then you're fucked, basically, you know what I mean? I got myself set up so that I built my own studio. So then, first of all, I wasn't paying anybody to go and work, which I was doing at one point. At one point, the record label was like paying these people for me to go and record. I'm like, well, how comes that's bypassing me?
You understand?
You should be giving me the money and then I can do it. So that's how I built the studio.
Okay.
So I got set up that way and then that's it. The world is my oyster now because I can make music how I want, when I want, and nobody can tell me what to do. Especially because there's no major labels or anything like that involved. Granted, the audience is smaller, but you know my fan base is strong. You know what I mean. So they're happy to hear what I'm doing, and they've stayed loyal to the process. And you know, I think that the stuff that I've just done, this latest album, is my magnum opus. So it's like the best thing that I've ever done.
It sounds like it with the features you got on there as well.
Well,
It
the
sounds
evolution
blessed.
of it all,
I'd
even
love to hear
without
it.
the features, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Without the features,
in
yeah,
terms of the just the music production and you know the expression that I put into this, I think I've done really well. So, give thanks
100%.
to
More
whoever,
life, more
whatever,
success, more
you know?
blessings. And that's what I mean. I'm actually super glad that you've done it off of your own basis, which is why I was coming back to the whole Spotify, which is why I was getting onto them, because they're trying to get a monopoly hold of the music industry. And
10,000 streams is exactly the same amount as one CD. Can you really believe that?
it's a joke thing. It's a joke thing.
Insane.
You just mentioned about feeding your family off of your
how
hard
are you
work.
going to do that?
You understand.
I saw Snoop Dogg
Snoop
complaining
Dogg?
about it. You saw that
How
one?
much did he say? 1 billion or 1 million
I
was
don't know.
it?
It's something stupid. He got 10 grand.
10 grand for a billion streams.
I know.
How you feeding your family if you struggle to get 100,000?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I spotted a fly, take it down or squat the thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
What I want, that's not what I want. Music is God's tool. Music is God's tool. It's currently used by the devil. I mean, music is God's gift. It's currently the devil's tool. Yeah?
Get out the right way.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Music is God's gifts. It is currently the devil's tool. Now, what I mean by this is if you have people who have such a monopoly over God's gift, which is for everyone, stop being dafties and, you know, share the food. Because at the end of the day, you have hard work. The reason why I'm getting so onto this, you have hard-working people, man, that have dedicated years, and I mean years, to such a craft, only for them to get peanuts at the end of it. You're taking a mick. You're taking a mick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I say I spot a fly.
I think there might be legislation coming in the Parliament. I think they're working on it to make sure that musicians get paid. I think it's a bit like the same situation as the Writers Guild in LA. You know, they all went on strike because the AI was taking over, or sort of thing. So we kind of need the same thing, like you said, to regulate this situation.
Regulation is a must. Because one thing that I've realized, which is very common in this industry, you've got a lot of stealing. People steal your stuff. People then try to take your ideas. There is no sort of protection in this. This is what I mean by regulation. I mean regulation in the sense of protecting your work, such as your craft, fair chance in the music industry. Because, listen, nepotism, favoritism, out the window. That needs to go. This is why we have annoying gatekeepers. Because if you've got someone with a 1-2, and let's be honest, a little drug money here and there, and you give a 1-2 change and slap man on the charts, we know how it works, people, yeah? Regulate the thing before something happens and you lot get regulated. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
You need to start a petition.
Not even a petition. There needs to be an upheaval, my guy. There needs to be a whole upheaval at this point because, like we said, music is God's gift. It's currently the devil's tool. Moving away from that, though, let's take a little break. A little 5-minute session. We'll come right back. Okay? 2 seconds, guys. A quick message from our sponsors. Love and blessings. Looking for a profitable and secure real estate investment? Damac Properties offers world-class developments in prime Dubai locations with high rental yields, strong capital appreciation, and a tax-free investment environment.
From luxury apartments to exclusive villas, DeMac delivers stunning designs, premium amenities, and a lifestyle that attracts global investors. With Dubai's booming economy, year-round sunshine, and an unmatched safety environment, there's never been a better time to invest. Submit your request or expression of interest now through our website and take the first step towards owning a piece of Dubai's luxury real estate. DeMac, live the luxury.
Okay, so coming back to the actual industry and how it is. Have you got any messages or any advice for the young ones trying to actually make it in this industry? I have to say this, brother, because
Sure, I mean it's not easy.
that's what I'm saying.
I think you have to be serious about it if you really want to do this business or not, because it is a business, and it's even more difficult to break through. I think in this day and age because of the internet, because there's so many people. I mean, you just look on your Instagram, you look on your social media, you can see how many talented people there are that sound the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But now you have to stand out from that crowd. And I always wanted to. Look at me. I mean, it's the hair, it's the piercings, it's the tattoos. It's something that I always wanted. Something that you're gonna recognize me straight away. But also, when I first started making music, about 14, I said to myself that I needed to have music. You hear the first 4 bars of my music, and you know it's me. You know what I mean? So you need to have that kind of
Distinctive, unique sound. I get it.
because you got to stand out. You got to have something that's going to remind people of you. That, oh yeah, you remember that person? You remember that song? You remember their look? You remember the way they dance?
It's funny you're saying that, because that's actually one of the issues with what's happening in the music at the moment. Everybody is sounding the same. There is no originality because everybody is trying to, and this is what I mean, everyone's trying to copy the next person.
There is originality, but they're not showing that. They're just showing the ones that do
That's
sound
very
like
true.
the
You're
generic.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's the part that gets me. Is there's enough room for everyone to feed at the trough, as it were.
Yeah.
But they're just letting certain people feed it,
yeah.
You know?
And this is something that I think the general public should know as well, because when you're out there listening to the same old faff, this is why. This is why. It's because you could say this stuff is being orchestrated. There is great God-given talent out there, even just in London alone. I'm not even going to mention up north, because up north they will wipe London clean.
Killing it.
They will wipe London clean.
Yeah.
The actual talent up north, I know this, by the way. The only reason why it's not being shown is because what you just said. There's certain people only favouring and having nepotism.
There's no trains up north.
There's no
There's no train service up north,
Yeah,
so
well-
it's the same thing. You know what I mean? They don't do. It's like they're a forgotten part of the
You
country
understand?
when there's enough talent up there.
There's
You
so
understand?
much talent.
So
And yet you're giving favoritism to people that want to spread negative. At the end of the day,
yeah.
come on, man. Let's be real, people. They even say it. When it comes to our community, who are the people that are going to step up and say, hey, enough is enough. The stuff that you're bringing out to our people is nonsense, which it is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it how it is, man. 'Cause most of the music you hear out there today, if you want to know the morals and principle of a country, listen to the music that flourishes it. What are you hearing from the youths them in the music them today?
Yeah.
Killing, stabbing, drugs, sex, this and that. This is what they want to orchestrate. No
Yeah.
problem. Carry on. Find out.
And make it look as if that's all we're all about.
You get what I'm saying?
Where that's not the truth. That's far from the truth.
Thank you, brother. And so this is why I wanted to actually have a chat with you as well, because I know this is again a legend in the making. Who's done the footpath. He's done the walk. You know what I mean? You've actually been in there for 40 years. Absolute veteran. He's held in strong. I think that's an absolute thing to showcase and to the people, because this is a good example of how to move forward. Not by having to sell yourself or lose a little piece of your soul in order just to get a 1-2 recognition. It's not necessary, people, yeah?
No.
Live in love and light.
Not at all. Like I said, I've been blessed enough that I've managed to travel through this life, and people have paid attention to my music, and I still enjoy it. And we can pay some bills. Where's the pasta Courvoisier? You know what I mean?
Like that. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, sure.
So for the youth, them, like, obviously, I know a lot of them are trying their best to get in the music industry. How do you feel? Did you want to say something?
No, I was going to say, I mean, there's other paths that I've seen people take, which I would never have done, and I don't have to do that, which is the social media.
I was just about to say it. How do you feel about the social media?
I mean, it's great that these kids have found a path doing it that way. It's not the way I would have done it, but I'm old school. You know what I mean? It's something different, and I'm never going to have a go at somebody that's making a living for themselves. Obviously, if they're not affecting other people, then that's okay. But it's a clever thing how they do it. I never heard of Young Philly until the other day. Now, what's that about?
I know, to be honest, I know a few of the guys in these YouTube groups and stuff like this.
Right.
I'm not really a fan because I know these people don't care about the community.
That's what I'm saying. I never heard about that.
You know what it is.
Then they talk about like the 10 different things that he was involved in, getting sponsored with and sponsored by, and all these things. I mean, that's a great thing to happen, but no one's ever come to me and asked me to sponsor me for these sort of things. You know what I mean?
This is all only the YouTube and social media. You do get good brand deals and stuff like this, but again, it's sort of like you could say another form of gatekeeping within the London community as well. It's the same type of thing. And I don't even want to talk or mention these people's names because at the end of the day, from my wonderful mentor, Jonathan Flower, the truth is in the pudding. In terms of the only truth is in the results. So if these are the people that are producing results like this, we need to rectify this. We need to regulate this and get some actual solid minds and solid people that want to give something positive back to the community and grow and, knowledge and power.
Absolutely.
And love and light.
Absolutely. I just saw, when I was on the way to Ghana, I met Joshua Boatsi, the boxer.
Yeah.
And I just saw what he was doing when he was in Ghana. And he was just buying up food and giving it out to the community and all that. I didn't see anything about him on TV. I didn't see nothing about him on the news.
They don't want to push that,
They don't talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you. I think they are taking on delinquents in order to make the nation delinquents.
This is it.
What it is, guys.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
Raw truth. It is what it is. You have to say the piece. Because at the end of the day, if everyone's going to beat around the bush and say, no, someone needs to say something.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no point because things need to change, especially now in this time and age, with the way AI is coming out, with the way technology is coming out, things need to change. And this is one of those changes. Stop putting delinquents and people who don't care about the community or if anything want to destroy the community out there in the main public eye.
Right.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Or unless this is what they want.
I think it is what they want because it makes us look bad, and you know what I mean. And it gives this impression of a stereotype of how we are, and that's not how we are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But all we can do is just keep on, and hopefully things will turn around. But like you said, there's some legislation or somebody that's in the parliament that can make it law and
100%.
things like this that will make a big difference.
It needs to be a law type of thing introduced because it's gone too far deep. And I personally feel if it doesn't get regulated, things can get out of hand a bit too much. I mean, if we start to touch on, because we only got a few minutes, but if we start to touch on the American industry, and if we look at our community over there and the examples that are right now being revealed, it's foolish.
It's incredible. It's what it is. All right, like many delinquents out there, Jesus. About as many bottles of
1,000
baby
bottles,
oil. That's insane. It really is. And I went to there was a party and Diddy was there, but it wasn't one of the Diddy parties. You know what I mean? I was thinking, fucking hell, is that what happened afterwards? I never got invited to them parties when they give you the slippers.
Yeah. That's the slips.
The slippers. You know that you're in the party when they give you the slippers. Something like that. I'm just, wow.
Yeah, man.
Crazy stuff.
This is why I feel things should be regulated. Because if you have people like this running around free with no type of barrier or, you're overstepping things, it can get out of control. Yeah. And I feel that's whole music...
what happened.
Yeah, and that's what's happened. So the reason why noise needs to be made now, one, AI is coming out. So things could get magnified really quickly. And two, if this is an example of what's been set out from all the years of people talking about the industry and all these gatekeepers and all this stuff, and this is what's coming out, like, this is your results, we need to rectify this.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you have a son or a child, anybody that has a son or child that wants to get into the music industry, and these times you got man like Diddy talking about baby lotion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then
Excuse me?
letting people stay at Diddy's yard.
You know like that?
Was it Usher was saying, yeah, would you let your son? He goes, no way. So I'm thinking, what did he see as a youth? Do you know what I mean? It's all these crazy things like, wow.
Nah.
This is all coming out now. But listen, I'm glad that I'm not part of that, man.
100%,
You know what I mean?
100%.
The freak offs. Jesus Christ.
No, the music industry wants some regulation, and I want beautiful. It would be nice to have beautiful examples such as yourself out in the main public eye, so that you can come with a 1-2. Can I sing it?
No, that'd be £40. Plus back. All right, that's like £48. So I think you need to stop there.
Okay. I'm done. You know what I mean? But it would be better to have more light shine on certain man like this.
I think
you know
those
what I mean?
things will probably come. You know what I mean? I think we need the programs, we need the shows that will show that kind of music as well. Because I see the ones with the rap battles and stuff like that. I don't see anything really dealing with the soul artists or soul artistry. Well, there's a lot of them there. You know what I mean? But I think those things are coming. Because it's all on social media, people are starting their own things, and you know, I'm quite confident. There's enough of the youths them that will like show that there's not just about being a gangster rapper or anything. It's, some people got to have humility and you know, stuff that's worth listening to, and
something that's going to grow you and heal you.
Yes,
we need some healing at the moment, right?
Exactly.
The world is a bit too dark, especially with the things that happen at the moment. Obviously, there's much love and light. That's what it's all about. Like, it's about spreading love and light, but I feel things need to be tackled in order for love and light to shine through. Yeah. And that's exactly the case with this situation. But we have about 3 minutes left, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Just before you go, is there anything, what's the word? Is there anything that you personally are planning to do after this 9th album? I heard, is this going to be your grand finale?
I'm halfway through number 10. Because we work on music all the time. It's never like you just do it now and then. I saw something when it was. Did you watch the Kendrick and Drake thing?
Yeah,
and they were talking about, and they were releasing music like within an hour of each other,
like it was planned.
Man, I do not work like that. My album before this was 7 years ago. The album before that was 7 years before that. You understand? I make music and just keep going, and then eventually you have enough songs that you got an album. But it's like puzzle. It's like a puzzle. You got to put all the pieces together for it to make sense. You have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Sometimes there's one song in this album. We started in 2006, and I've done another 2 albums since starting that one. But now it's ready for this album. You understand? So that's, you know what I mean. That's how it always goes on. So. The next album, there's probably going to be something that was from the 2000s again. That's going to be on that album. But I'm always writing, always working with other people. I do a bulk of my stuff with my brother, Scratch Professor.
Oh yeah.
He does all the
Scratch Proof.
Scratch Professor.
Okay. I saw the PR.
He does. If you're hearing the hip hop beats that I do, that's his beats.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Scratch Professor.
Yeah,
come on,
big up,
man.
And we're always working. We're always doing something. So. Watch out for the next one. Hopefully it's not going to be 7 years.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit quicker than that. But yeah, more music to come. Like I said, TV stuff as well. I did a bit of acting as well. You know, I was in EastEnders a couple of years ago.
Is it? Come on.
Yeah. Javon Prince. So there's other bits and pieces, and a TV drama based on my time at school, because I was at boarding school, music school in Manchester.
Okay.
And I thought it was a great story, and we've been developing that. And also been working with John Z.D. and Jade Hackett at Sadler's Wells Theatre on a piece based on my music, basically. So a musical theatre piece. So all these things are being worked on at the same time.
Great stuff, brother. Yeah. Do you have any socials that you want to put out there for the people so that they can give you a follow as well?
Insta is Omar_Life.
Be up all on there.
Lifook. Yeah, you're going to see all that there.
Yeah.
There's the Facebook one. I can't remember what that is. So you Google it, it all comes up.
Perfect. Brother, Thank you so much for
My
your time.
pleasure.
It's been an absolute honor.
Sorry it took so long.
No worries at
better late
all.
than
I'm just
never.
happy to see you, man.
Bless you. All right. Respect.
Love and blessings.
Yeah,
Been an
man.
absolute pleasure, bro. I hopefully as well, maybe I can come to one of your shows, bro. I'd love to see you.
Sure.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
All
But
right.
not today. So.
No. All
No,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Love and blessings. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on the show, guys. This is Sirius and the Radical Communication Podcast. Guys, make sure you are, if you're interested in finding out some secret knowledge, some content that I can't say on YouTube due to censorship, make sure you become a member, guys. Check the website, www.seriousviews.com. Love and blessings and peace. Thank you, bro.
Want your space to smell luxurious and unforgettable? Dr. Scent has you covered with premium fragrances for homes, offices, and cars. From sophisticated scents to mood-boosting aromas, they've got something for every vibe. Long-lasting, high quality, and designed to elevate your surroundings, Dr. Scent is the ultimate game changer for fresh, elegant spaces. Shop now for our exclusive link on our website, seriousviews.com, and bring luxury fragrance into your life today.